comic friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, or at least New Comic Book Day for me. Yeah! And actually, I got these on Friday. I literally am just opening them now. It is Sunday, about midday. Actually, just finished this morning reading last week's comics, which were excellent. There were some really good comics in last week's pile of books. You know, some of the standouts were things like the Immortal Hulk. Really digging the Immortal Hulk. Oh, let's get it on camera. Immortal Hulk, really digging it. I'm actually really enjoying Batman. Batman issue 51. Ice Cream Man was back and was interesting. I actually really like this issue of Royal City. That was cool. I dug the first issue of Euthanauts quite a bit. I don't know what to think of Clan Killers. There's aspects of it I like, but I don't know that it really gave me a complete story to know what's going on. Gideon Falls is really cool, really dipping into the cool kind of horror that I like. Weatherman is excellent. It's very, very good comic book. It's got some Philip K. Dick type stuff in it. Just really, really good. Excellent. I enjoyed East of West. Yeah. And Deathbed ended. It just ended. Which I expected. You know, issue 6 was end, but I don't know. Don't know that I have a, oh my gosh, go out and get that comic book. I like the Rosmo art. Not sure I'm totally sold on ultimately what the story was for that. Anyway, let's talk this week's books, which would be what? Comics from, what do I want to say? Looking at my calendar. The 25th of July. 25th of July. Okay. Let's jump right in and see what we got here. Walk Through Hell. Ooh. Walk Through Hell, issue number 3. That is a person sticking their hand down their own throat. Check that out there. I'm really, really intrigued by the first 2 issues of the book. Dialogue written really well in this, by Garth Ennis. And I don't know what's going on in this warehouse. People are just kind of possessed. Things that couldn't happen are happening in there. There's a guy who is repeatedly shooting himself in the head. I mean, most of his head is missing now as he just continues to shoot himself in the head, seemingly without dying. The FBI agents stopped that from happening by basically ejecting the clip out of the gun. But yeah, there's just something has happened to them in this place, and I'm really curious to see if we get some level of explanation as to what that something is. So, yes, Bone Parish. This is issue 1 by Boom Studios. This is a Colin Bunn horror story. Jonas Sarafan on art. You love that cover. So, Colin Bunn seems kind of obsessed here lately with razor blades, because there was the the Mother of Blades or whatever from The Immortal. It's another Boom Studio book I really enjoyed. So, issue 1. Looking forward to checking this out. I like this style of book from Colin Bunn, so curious to see what this kind of horror story is too. Oh, geez, all number 1s here. So, this is issue number 1 of Britannia. The Lost Eagles of Rome. These are basically stories about the first detective, a Roman centurion who basically gets trained as a detective. The last one had some kind of potential supernaturalness in it. It was okay. Looking forward to checking this one out. Art's by Robert Gill, so it's got a new artist on the book. So maybe it won't be quite so... of course, it was a colorist that had to do with that. The last book, they were really muddy. The colors were really muddy. So the colors are much brighter in this one. It's not super all muddy browns and whatnot. So that is nice. But interesting. It's a different artist, so It does have a bit of a different take on it. Clearly there's a murder of some sort and some other gladiatorial type stuff going on. So yeah, we'll be curious to see exactly what our detective gets up to. This is from Valiant Comics. It is one of 4. I think Bone Parish, I think, is like a 6-issue miniseries. What do we have next? Detective Comics, 985. We'll see where we're going with this hill-driven story. Batman clearly looks possessed of some sort there. Pretty cool. Love that green cover, that green in the background. That's kind of cool looking. Justice League Dark, issue number 1. Yes, super stoked by this. Some people don't like the way Zatanna looks here. I actually like it. It's kind of a mix of... I'm about ready to sneeze. I turn my mic off. Okay. Sloppy recording here. I mean, I like this costume. It's kind of a mix of costumes and a little more reserve, a little more practical for, you know, running around and stomping around and that sort of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this. I love the magic characters, so I am very excited to dip into this and see what kind of magical or occult type stuff we can get into with superheroes. Very, very cool. Very much looking forward to that. Royal City, issue number 13, coming right on the heels of my last issue I just got last week, so I'm clearly getting my issues late. Love this cover. In the story, we're in the past, but we've reached the point of Tommy's drowning and finding his body. So there's Rick underwater, it almost looks like, because you can see the bubbles coming up. And here we all are right side up and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to this. I think one more issue after this, maybe. Yeah, somebody told me in the last comments, but I don't remember. Saga, issue number 54. You almost can't see the title there at all, just the one feather. Is that Alana's feather? Is that Hazel's feather? Whose feather is that? And my understanding is in the back matter of this, it tells us that Saga is going on a hiatus for at least a year. So no more Saga for at least a year. Anybody else afraid that means the book's just never going to come back? These people are all going to go find something else to do and they're just not going to come back to it. I'm worried about that. So we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be a satisfied enough ending at 54 to hold me for a year. Not saying that I won't pick it up clearly a year from now, but how excited am I going to be a year from now for it? Well, I still have the same sort of investment for having a year off. 2 or 3 months, I don't know. That seems to be okay, but a year seems pretty extreme. So Wonder Woman issue number 50. This is the variant cover. This is a Jenny Frisian cover there, Blind Justice. Get back on the book because Steve Orlando is on the book. So new creative team for an arc, I believe, before we get the G. Willow Wilson on the book, which I will definitely be picking up. I had forgotten that I actually ordered 51. So I think I'm missing the rest of this arc because I decided since then when ordering comics that I wasn't going to get it until G. Willow Wilson got in the book. But yeah, looking forward to seeing somebody else explore Wonder Woman and not focus so much on Wonder Woman's brother and all that shenanigans that James Robinson was writing about. So forward to checking out reading Wonder Woman again. That'll be 2 books this week of Wonder Woman because the Wonder Woman leads Justice League Dark too. So Moonshine issue number 12. I think this is the end of another arc. We'll see what kind of bloody mayhem our werewolves get up to in this. As I always say, I pick it up for the Eduardo Rizzo art. That is the big draw for me, but it has been an interesting story. Mother Panic issue number 5. We're rolling into a close on this. One more issue after this. I really like the Mother Panic character quite a bit. I'm curious to see how this all plays out and what's next and where do they leave the character and stuff. It just feels like, as a whole, though, these stories are all rushed. There's a lot here if they really wanted to explore this. There's a lot more to be told than what is actually being shown here. So, yeah. Ooh, excuse my yawning. I'm very tired. I have actually worked every day this week, and I'll be working every day next week. So that's why there was no comic book roundtable. I was actually working instead of comic book roundtabling. So, Punk's Not Dead, issue number 6. I think this is issue number 6. I believe this is the end of the arc. So I'm curious to see where this lands is. I'm really curious about all of these Black Crown books because any of them that have ended an arc, they have not come back yet. So I don't know what that means. I'm hoping that means we see more. I know there are new Black Crown books coming. Euthanauts last week. House of Muck is coming up here soon. There's been announced huge big news in my mind. David and Maria Latham of Stray Bullets are doing a book for Black Crown. I'm super stoked to be checking that out. Anything new and exploring something different by them excites me. Really love Stray Bullets. I don't know what that means for Stray Bullets. Is Stray Bullets take a break again? Or Stray Bullets just done for now? Or what? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, very much looking forward to checking this out. Simmons' art is brilliant. There's actually, clearly he's taking a break from this book. There's actually a mini-series from somebody, I can't remember who, a new book that I'm going to be picking up. I think has Sims doing the artwork in it. I wish I could remember off the top of my head what book that was going to have him in, but I cannot remember. Oh well. And Blackwood, issue number 3. One more issue after this. Love this cover. The two-headed monkey chewing on a bone and all the stuff there and whatnot. Yeah, it's kind of his pumpkin yellow and the blues and the purples. Just everything about that visually appeals to me. This has actually been really fun. My daughter, Chloe, has been reading it. Even though she does not read single comic books, generally she'll see it sitting there, and so she'll thumb through it and end up reading it and whatnot. But it's been lots of fun. So, yeah, forward to kind of checking it out. Blackwood by Dark Horse Comics. And finally this week, a Barbarella, and this is issue number 8. Different artist on this issue again. So the issue is Donnie Hadjidwa. So, interesting. Don't know if that's a permanent change or a temporary change or what the deal is. Not really excited by the art. It's kind of sloppier. I don't know. Barbarella's shape is a little strange in this issue. Just by looking at it. Of course, I can't show you a lot of the pages because a lot of the pages have a lot of wink, nodding going on. So yeah, I'm not sure what I think of that. Yeah, and maybe Barbarella's reaching its conclusion in my head too. It's fun. I'm not riveted to it, so we'll see how much longer I stay with it. I don't know. Anyway, that is it. Thanks for watching. And there will be a comic book roundtable this next week talking about these books I'm talking about right here. So it'll be a comic book roundtable with week-old books. I work in the morning. My shift starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see how awake I am to do a comic book roundtable. But there will be one. And hopefully I'll be here. Hopefully Jen will be here. Maybe even Sleepy Rita will be here. So we'll see. We'll see who we can get on the show. Anyway, have a great one, everybody. And I will talk to you whenever it is I talk to you next.